Tram approaching. Tram departing.
Finally, someone with courtesy. Do you know when the 9 is coming?
A handsome man shifts in place, glancing over his shoulder towards the tram lines. Suitcases surround him.
Simple. It's just over there. Me, I'm simply a stranded passenger, waiting on his aerotram. I'm waiting on the 9. I was told it was having some problems. But it's supposed to be in service any day now. I was told it's supposed to be in service any day now. That was a week ago. How can that be? I agree. But what am I to do? It seems to be the only way out of this city. I would appreciate it. Thank you. I'll be here in the meantime, waiting.
You pick up the payphone's handset. A dolphin emblem smiles at you, its eyes wide. The emblematic animal of Portofero's main phone company, Reno Tower. Your gaze wanders away. The dolphin doesn't seem to mind at all. You do not yet have the number of anyone else in this city. There is only one, Melita, your controller. She'd only tell you to get on an aerotram back home again. A direct order which you have so far disobeyed. Whether you want it or not, the number is a lifeline to you. Always there if you need it. It's certainly possible, though any benefit to doing so is unclear. Don't start wasting your time with prank calls, Operant. The Reno Tel Dolphin eyes you expectantly. The phone rings as you stand in wait. After a while, it becomes clear that no one is going to answer. You place the receiver back on its cradle. Your finger depresses the yielding material. Up, down, up, down. Sensual pleasure. You watch the dolphin pop back up, then squish again under the changing pressure of your finger. You lose track of time as you repeat the action.
Hello and welcome to the reality situation. Before we begin, I just need to check. Is your line secure? That's a joke, obviously. No line is secure. Your thoughts, ladies and gentlemen, are not secure. Consciousness itself is tapped. The call is coming from inside the house. An insane question, for reasons that should be quite apparent. Tell me, what aspect of reality did you want to ask about? Salute.
The receiver clicks back into place. The Reno Tail Dolphin eyes you expectantly. You step away from the payphone. This place is not as you left it. The world moved on behind your back. Raindrops gather on the wreckage overhead. A Silk number 3, the old silk factory, once the pounding heart of the city. Now its walls are layered with past identities, a patchwork of Portavir and turf war. Pseudopod had a purchase order from a vendor called Carmuna. She must be in here somewhere. You also have that curious red disc to hand. A media specialist could likely tell you more.
She's going to melt his head.
On the TV, a giant wolf-like creature stands up on its hind legs and howls. Its fur bristles gold. Dangerous, mythical, electrifying. No wonder the kids are watching this. Shh. Suddenly, the beast roars and light floods the screen. It's followed by a wet, pulpous sound.
Ecstatic Wolf is awake.
LED lights are distributed evenly along the blade. Durable PVC hilt with textured grip. Impressive armament.
It's from the best show ever. 66 Wolves. They make it in La Luz.
The Luz, once a powerful empire, now reconstituted as a modern techno-fascist state, the rising military and cultural power of the day.
It's about a girl who has 66 chambers in her heart, and each one contains a wolf. And the wolves come out to make war with the angels because they want to take over the world.
And the wolves have sick weapons and really cool attacks. This is Pathos Wolf's flaming claymore. No, it's one of the real ones.
He means it's not from the bazaar, but from La Luz. Our aunt bought it for him. It's the place where they make all the cool stuff. It's not like here. I bet they even have flying tuk-tuks.
Ridiculous. These wobbling open chassis abominations can barely function on solid ground.
And also we have cousins over there.
Some Portofirans refer to Lusians as strange cousins, a nod to this island's colonial past.
We don't really know them. I talked to one once, on the phone.
I asked Mom if they could come over one day, and she said it's hard because La Luz is so far.
Everyone loves it. Some of the grown-ups like it, even though it's a cartoon.
Notice that the broadcast is in Mercian, not Lusian, dubbed for a foreign audience.
Don't tell that to the music man. He hates it.
A neurotically organized stall, about 10 meters west. A morose man stands there obsessively cleaning a disc-like object.
Yeah, him.
A man of strong opinion that he's not afraid to shout about, even to children.
Well, maybe he should stop then.
He says he won't sell the music discs because it would poison our brain with sonic excrements. Well, maybe. But it won't change his mind because he's a loser. I don't know any. Do you know any, maybe?
Wait, I remembered those. From when I was little. There was one with puppets arguing a lot, and another with a green cat who was also a thief to help people.
Neither sounds terribly enticing.
They looked old and ugly. Mom said she watched them as a kid too. This is so much better.
Death to puppets.
But we barely told you anything. We can tell you everything about 66 Wolves. So you can just ask, okay? can ask. We know everything.
They all have their own powers. Ultima Wolf.
But Ultima Wolf only appears when times are most dire.
Your tone runs along the familiar edges of your canines.
Well, the last time Ultima Wolf appeared, she burned a village of women and kids.
It was sick.
Grieving Wolf. When she plays her heart, even the angels cry.
She also ate Nabia's sister while they were all locked inside Nabia's heart. She didn't kill her sister. She ate her.
But it's not her fault. Zealous Wolf. He destroyed the moon with his gun hammer.
His gunhammer was forged by the Elder Wolves.
Yeah, he did it to get back at Polaris. That's his mom.
Zealous Wolf is only part wolf. That's why he has wings.
Polaris forced him to join her order of Dark Seraphims. She's too strong to fight. So Zealous Wolf tricked her instead.
You can't be an angel if you do a stellar sin. So, whoosh.
Do you have a gun hammer?
The toy version's really expensive. It's easy. You just have to memorize their names. I did. Zealous Wolf, Tyrant Wolf, Raging Wolf, Reviled Wolf, Stoic Wolf, Fear Wolf, Pity Wolf, Yearning Wolf, Sensitive Wolf, Hysteric Wolf, Ecstatic Wolf, Passion Wolf, Tender Wolf, Sorrow Wolf, Insecure Wolf, Grateful Wolf. Seething Wolf, Psycho Wolf, Gentle Wolf, Numb Wolf, Bitter Wolf, Lustful Wolf, Loathing Wolf, Modest Wolf, Sanguine Wolf, Grieving Wolf, Ultima Wolf, Greedy Wolf, Guilty Wolf. Dream Wolf, Dyspeptic Wolf, Weary Wolf, Wrath Wolf, Cunning Wolf, Trickster Wolf, Placid Wolf, Eager Wolf, Nostalgic Wolf, Dread Wolf, Jealous Wolf. Venturous Wolf, Stubborn Wolf, Obsessive Wolf, Hasty Wolf, Forlorn Wolf, Mournful Wolf, Vain Wolf, Reverent Wolf, Wicked Wolf. Shy Wolf, Jubilant Wolf, Clement Wolf, Sycophant Wolf, Furtive Wolf, Conformist Wolf, Serene Wolf, Critical Wolf, Vindictive Wolf, and Unyielding Wolf.
He's missing a few.
Only because some of the wolves haven't awakened yet, so we don't know their names. They're probably super powerful.
Yet he claimed to know them all, did he not?
Thanks.
Repository updated. All listed wolves have been memorized. Surely the people around you will love nothing more than to hear about your latest obsession.
Do you have other wolf questions? There are so many more wolves.
The angel Canopus cursed her before she was even born, because of her mom.
It was vengeance. No. Now she serves Canopus in her war against the other angels. There is Deneb, Polaris, and Razzlehog.
Razzlehag is gay. He's the gay angel.
Shut up. I like him. And that's not how angels work. Mom says it's good we spend time outside. Not really. They only come out when she gets in trouble.
Or when they get hungry. If she doesn't feed them, they try to devour her heart.
The phantom weight presses on your chest as you picture this girl, waking up each day to a world of wolves and monstrous angels.
Your friends want to devour your heart. My friends are nice. No.
Then her heart would be empty.
And the story would be over.
So many. There's the weapons and action figures and t-shirts and stickers and backpacks.
But the best are the drinking cups. Everyone wants those. Special. What do you mean? You can drink from them. That's a straw.
And they look like wolves.
They're big, and each one looks like one of the 66 wolves. But you can't buy them anymore. Because no one has any. The boat people brought some cups once, but then the adults went crazy and bought them all.
I asked the boat lady when she would get more, and she said they're really hard to get, even in La Luz.
The toy stall had bootleg ones. But no one liked those. The wolves looked all melted.
All right. So, what now? You can ask us about whatever.
No, remember what Mom said. Okay, you can ask some stuff because there's people around, and I can scream real loud. Yeah. Odd. Like, how odd? We know Marlon's dad is missing. She's been really worried. That's hurt, with the costumes and glitter stuff. Her dad's missing because a phone ate him. That's all I know.
The music man wears glasses, and sometimes double glasses. It looks dumb.
She doesn't mean him. He's been here since forever. And he doesn't wear suits.
Yeah, they have no idea.
Mom's at home. We live on a boat.
We don't know him. Mom didn't have fun with him. But that's when I was really little, so I don't remember. Yeah, Mom is all we need.
She's awesome.
Why aren't you at work? No. And it wouldn't matter anyway. There's no school today. Or tomorrow. No, not good. I hate it. But that's how they do it now.
Portofiero's rampant privatization has hit its public infrastructures too.
Antonio's mom said it's because foreign politicians. He's my friend. He lives on another houseboat. No school for 2 more weeks. Yay. No, we do loads of stuff. Like watch TV. Sometimes I go to the canal with Antonio and the others.
We have homework. I make sure he does his. But it's not the same. That's really nice. Maybe it'll be okay.
I don't want to talk about dumb school anymore. Can we talk about anything else?
Okay. They have to be nice ones. Okay.
The children ignore you, entranced by the television.
Excuse me. Can you take a look at this?
The young woman turns from a store of party wigs and beaded necklaces to thrust a photograph under your nose. A Huda burrow, she the mouse within. This must be the girl the kids by the TV mentioned, the one whose father was eaten by a payphone. The photograph shows a robust man well into his 60s. He is unremarkable save his eyes, which are magnified to comedic proportions by the thick lens spectacles in front of him.
Have you seen him before? do you know about that? Oh. Yeah, he's been missing a few days. Right, I should have started with that, I guess. His name's Enoch Clance. Yeah, probably. I told him watching too much TV was making him crazy.
Television doesn't destroy minds, you fool. It molds them.
No, I mean, that's the most likely scenario, right? Ugh, this is kind of embarrassing. My dad developed this insane theory about the payphone to the western exit of the bazaar. Dad thought certain words said into the right phone gets your attention from the wrong people. He was convinced Emter was behind it all.
Emter, aka l'Empire Sans Territoire, aka the Bank. Equal parts Global Development Fund and spy service. Linchpin of the developed world.
Dad and his friend Gilmar were big into conspiracies. They were obsessed with the reality situation. They really bought all that stuff. Bagman did an episode on them, and so Gilmar started following random people, thinking they were from the bank. Not long after, he roped my dad into it. Normal rich guy stuff. Hitting up the bars and shouting abuse at the local drunks. And then they disappeared into penthouses where they couldn't be followed. Yeah, that's what mi viejo thought. He went home, but Gilmar stayed out. And then he called my dad around 2 in the morning. He'd overheard something and was explaining it when the call just cut off. My dad went by his house the next day, but Gilmar wasn't there. Yeah. He looked for Gilmar for 2 weeks. Reported him missing to the GMs. Nothing.
Why would Emter care about a couple of impressionable old men?
A couple days ago, he stopped by the stall to bring me lunch. Then he said he was going to make a call. I wasn't nervous at first. I figured there was no risk of anything actually happening. And then he didn't come home.
Washing out the container that carried homemade rice and beans. Glancing out the window above the sink as the sun goes down.
No. I mean, he just can't leave things alone when he gets an idea into his head.
Momentarily, the mumbling from the nearby stalls hushes, listening.
They seem pretty random. Cousins, moon, reunion. On their own, sure. Together? Gibberish. I guess. When he tried to tell me, I wasn't really paying attention to him. He had those written down on a pad in his bedroom. He told me not to say them if I used the phone. It all sounded so silly. Anyway, you want a wig? I hear they make you fun at parties.
Wigtopiary, plastic tiaras, novelty sunglasses, a burst of colours and textures vying for your attention, all of them losing. Behind it all, you see an oddly familiar shape. The tailored shoulders, the sharp collar. The shape is robust and clean, with an architectural asymmetry, like a knife. A cape, but nothing like the other costume pieces around it.
Oh, that's Ultravioleta, the Lusian pop star. Always thought that type of music was too young for me, but I've been enjoying her stuff recently for some reason. Well, Ultravioleta definitely is. The disc could be anything. A bootleg, a fan imitation, an actual release.
She peers at the disc again, blonde hair falling over her face.
Weird disc, that. You should ask Petre at the music stall over there. He'll know more. Doubt he's an ultra, though. Oh, yeah. He came by. Nice man. Talked a lot about socks. He was, normal. Pretty forgettable, if I'm honest. I told him, unless your socks are mismatched and neon-colored, I'm not much use to you. Not really. Wandered off into the bazaar.
Looking you straight in the eyes, sympathetic. She really doesn't know.
What do you mean, something's happened? Did he use the phone? Oh, at least you have that. Sorry. Yeah, I was kind of distracted when he showed up. Why?
Knuckles white as she balls them into fists.
Really? You're not going to try to make a call or anything, right? No!
A few heads turn at nearby stalls, following the sudden outburst.
Of course I am. But what if they do?
She stares at you for a long moment, before her bloodshot eyes slide away.
It's the phone by the western entrance to the bazaar. Sometimes, when I'm standing here, I think I hear it ringing. Nobody else can hear it but me.
Her father calling from beyond, calling for her help. She can only ignore it for so long.
Yeah, they're right there. Take a look. You need anything else? It's a Carabinero outfit.
Carabineros are Portofiero's sanctioned police investigators. They report directly to the Prefectura and deal in actual crime. Murder, grand larceny, rape.
That'd be illegal. Second-hand surplus warehouse in Lower Viudas was closing down a while back. Big clearance sale. No, I told Officer Morito. He said it was above his pay grade. He kicked it up, and they kicked it right back down. Yeah, it's for sale. The whole set's back here. Just let me know if you're interested. What takes your fancy? Cool. Yeah, all right.
The young woman discreetly hands you the Carabinero equipment.
You need anything else? I guess I used to. Haven't had time lately. But I usually know when something's going on, even if I'm not gonna be there. There's a show somewhere in the Hill of Pigs tonight, but it's already sold out. Dead. Still a few maggots writhing around in the corpse, maybe, but looking at them just makes you sadder, you know?
A stolen keyboard watches the underside of the thief's bed. Alone but not forgotten, it develops rust.
10 or 15 years ago, there were feedback parties in the backways. Anyone who played loud enough could jam. You'd hear the distortion 3 canals away. Now, if anybody plays around here at all, it's just covers of bluesy and stuff. Yeah, all right. Western entrance to the bazaar. Behind you. Thanks for stopping by.
Cosmonaut suit, a relic of Project Autonomia. Its shoulder patch reads, "The stars are ours, 77. 5,000 soul. I wonder it's still here. People with that kind of money don't shop in the bazaar. If it is, then it's one of the few things for sale here that isn't a knockoff Lusian electronic disc or toy." Classroom with a buffed blue floor and white fiberboard tiling. The teacher rolls a square little television in on a cart. The girls in their final year of gymnasium gather round. The camera follows the white column up, and then it jerks, or cuts out. When the picture returns, there's just a white cloud sprouting new white limbs. The rocket nowhere to be seen. For a long moment, none of the students can tell what's happening. Then, one by one, they realize. A faulty seal, a minor propellant leak. Next thing you know, 4 cosmonauts are splattered across the face of God. The end of Project Autonomia, engulfing with it Portofero's dreams of stars. You and millions of school children the world over. Expensive, fruitless. The failure of Project Autonomia promptly tanks the Portoferan economy. Supreme Leader Nestor flees into his third exile not long after. As for the bazaar, it's saturated with surplus equipment, memorabilia and replicas. The suit is most likely the latter. You once heard that the pressure in space can turn your whole body inside out. That might be submarines. Your focus widens back to the bazaar. Bagman gestures wildly on the television screen. This is the ad for the reality situation you've seen before. The sounds from the commercial fade.
Vending machines are basically a 10,000-year-old grift. You ever think about that? Right. Figure there was this hairy guy once, the Paleolithic hustler. He's stuffing berries in a tree hole, and then he gets an idea. This prick finds a big, heavy stone and drops it over the hole. You want berries? I'll give you some. For a flint or a seashell. Boom. History's first vending machine. Some automation issue to take care of, for sure. On account of rocks. You know, not lifting themselves. But the principle is the same. Point is, the grift works. Even on you. You're broke. Yet you keep walking past those glowing boxes where descendants of the hustler are hoarding resources, without even reaching in to take some.
Rumba, canned coffee, even a sip of which would have made your ancestors' hearts explode.
Not stuff, money. The standardized berry of the modern world. No longer necessary. Not after the people have been rendered compliant and uncreative. Fuck that primitive grifter. Pin him under his own rock and reach the fuck into that tree hole. You can already hear the pseudo-verbal sounds of proto-hominid liberation.
You stop and take the world in, a figure jittering on paws. Nobody looks up. Nobody asks why you're here. Nobody waves. 100 conversations blend into one. A slow, warm river carrying you nowhere in particular. You're watching. Taking a breather. Casing the joint. Looking for love. Feels good, doesn't it? With enough time, you could put down roots, grow moss, scare the tourists, sure. But are you really built for that? A sharp inhale, then your feet return to motion.